Hi warriors, it's Hannah here, and as most of you know, most of you that have been following me sort of since the start, I first started this channel back in 2015 with a single video where I told all of you about the food I ate in a day, and that video went on to get 67,000 views, which is absolutely massive, and I had never expected this. That's how I got to where I am now, and how I got to creating my regular YouTube content. However, I haven't really looked at this video at all since I posted it out there, and I feel like if I look back at it now, 3 years later, I'd probably be very, very embarrassed to look at it. Which is why I'm looking at it today, with you guys, and reacting to some of the things I say, and do, and so on. So yeah, I'm a bit nervous for this, but yeah, let's do it.
Usually for breakfast I have 3 or usually 4 slices of bread, or otherwise 2 like round sandwiches. And when I have school, my morning snack usually is a chocolate croissant or a pack of cookies or a normal croissant. Well, it sort of varies. Now it's holidays.
So first off, that's not really what I eat in a day. It's basically just talking about the things I usually have and drinking a little Nutridrink alongside my commentary. So yeah, that's not really a good first effort, but apparently lots of people liked it. It got lots of views, and I don't see why, especially with that face and that voice. I feel like my voice sounds very different and my face, well, obviously looks very different. I was much younger there, but also I look really skinny, and yeah, I'm not too keen. I don't really want to continue, but let's see what the person that was me has to say.
Tend to take these. So it's just, I guess, a drink that packs 300 calories. Which doesn't taste very great, but I guess it works. Then today for lunch.
So yeah, I had to drink a lot of those Nutri-drinks and 40ml drinks. At one point I had to have 4 in a day alongside my meals, and I hated them. They made me really nauseous, and they were quite sludgy in consistency, but yeah, there are a few that I discovered that I did like. I will link to those in the description if you're interested in checking them out, but they did really help me, not really with gaining weight per se, but mainly with overcoming some mental barriers of drinking that many liquid calories and stuff like that. So I do think they were helpful for me in some way. Yeah, I will link to some of those in the description, but I had those for such a long time that even just looking at them makes me feel so repulsed.
We had toasties with fried eggs, so that's basically 4 slices of bread with ham and cheese, grilled, and then fried egg on top. But on other days we might have soup and sandwiches, or soup and a hot meal. The hot meal is usually about 400 grams of pasta or potatoes.
It's really sad how I also know that it is about 400 grams of pasta or potatoes, because at this point my parents made me weigh out my food. It had to be a minimum of 400 grams. It could be more, but if it was less, I had to go back for seconds, and I wasn't allowed to leave the table unless I had. So although it seems like I'm doing quite well and I'm eating a lot, it's mainly just because I'm following the guidelines that they set out for me and then sticking to that routine. Because if my routine were disturbed, whether it be by a different kind of food or a different meal time or going out to a restaurant, that would be something that I would face, but it would completely freak me out. And it's sort of funny to think back of that now, because I go out to restaurants all of the time. None of my meals really have a set time, a set duration, or a set weight or amount or food product. It really just depends on how hungry I am, where I am at, how busy I am, what food I have in, and all of those factors. And I feel like I have a much more normal relationship with food now.
Or whatever we're having. Then in the afternoon,
Great editing.
Really varies. Right now I'm having this one, it's afternoon now, but oftentimes we have
Also great crop.
tomato, or my mom might make pudding, or get pastries, anything really. Then for dinner again.
Oh my god, just the mention of pudding makes me sick. Honestly, I had so much pudding because everyone thought, oh, you have to face your fear foods, you need to have sugary things. What are we gonna do? Pudding! And I had pudding every single day for such a long time that I don't think I've even had pudding since. I'm just so put off by pudding now. It's crazy. So yeah, I think it's really important to face your fear foods, to not be scared of junk, but yeah, make sure you have some variety because you don't want to be put off of it for life.
400 grams or more of pasta or potatoes or rice with some sort of meat or veggies. For dessert, I might have chocolate mousse, I might have yogurt, I might have ice cream. It sort of depends on the day. And, well, today it was chocolate mousse. Please leave a comment.
Yeah, another thing that's quite funny is that I had one of those things that I had to eat every time. And especially for snacks, I really stuck to that religiously. I had that one thing. Usually I'd be full, and that would last me until lunch or dinner time or whatever. But then in the evening, sometimes I'd still crave a little something else. So some more ice cream or some chocolates or some fruit. And in the evening, yeah, I would allow myself those things. I could have a second dessert if I wanted to. But if I was still hungry after one of my earlier snacks, that would get me really tense, and I don't think I would have allowed myself to have those things because it would have freaked me out too much. Now I realize that's ridiculous. For example, it's only just after 11 now, and I think it was 10:30 when I just had, well, a snack. I didn't have anything else in the house, so I just got myself a bowl of quinoa with pesto and vegetables as a snack. I'll still be having lunch later. I'll still probably be having several more snacks in the afternoon, but it's just really interesting to see where I've come from that little girl over there to the person I am now. I was constantly sad, constantly cold. I didn't have my period. I was very closed off to the world, and things have changed so drastically since then. And although having seen this video now, I'm hoping never to see it again for years and years to come, I am glad that I saw it now and that I got to witness how much I have improved, because it does make me very proud, and I do hope you're also able to see where you've come from in your recovery, to see where you're going or where you really want to get to, and that you make the right steps in your recovery, that you reach your goals, and that you'll stick with me during my journey. So yeah, be sure to give this video a thumbs up, to subscribe and make sure your notifications are turned on, and I will see you next week.